Matthew 12, verse 1 to 25. Sabbath questions. At that particular time, Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath, and his disciples were hungry and began to pick the heads of grain and eat them. But when the Pharisees saw this, they said to him, "Look, your disciples are doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath." He said to them, "Have you not read in the scriptures what David did when he was hungry? He and those who accompanied him, how he went into the house of God and they ate the consecrated bread, which was not lawful for him to eat, nor for those with him, but for the priests only. Or have you not read in the law that on the Sabbath the priests in the temple break the sanctity of the Sabbath and yet are innocent? But I tell you that something greater than the temple is here. And if you had only known what this statement means, I desire compassion for those in distress and not animal sacrifice, you would not have condemned the innocent. Lord of the Sabbath. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Leaving there, he went into their synagogue. A man was there whose hand was withered, and they asked Jesus, "Is it lawful and permissible to heal on the Sabbath?" They asked this so that they might accuse him and bring charges into court. But he said to them, "What man is there among you who, if he has only one sheep and it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will not take hold of it and lift it out? How much more valuable then is a man than a sheep? So it is lawful and permissible to do good on the Sabbath?" Then he said to the man, "Reach out your hand." The man reached out and it was restored, as normal and healthy as the other. But the Pharisees went out and conspired against him, discussing how they could destroy him. Being aware of this, Jesus left there. Many followed him, and he healed all of them who were sick, and warned them not to tell publicly who he was. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. "Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not quarrel nor cry out loudly, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. A battered reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not extinguish, until he leads justice to victory. And in his name the Gentiles, all the nations of the world, will hope with confidence." The Pharisees rebuked. Then a demon-possessed man who was blind and mute was brought to Jesus, and he healed him, so that the mute man both spoke and saw. All the people wondered in amazement and said, "Could this be the son of David, the Messiah?" But the Pharisees heard it and said, "This man cast out demons only by the help of Beelzebul, Satan, the prince of the demons." Knowing their thoughts, Jesus said to them, "Any kingdom that is divided against itself is being laid waste, and no city or house divided against itself will continue to stand." I often wonder, indeed, Jesus said he did certain things, indeed heal people, and then after that he said, "But don't tell anyone." And still they told people, and I always thought that was strange. Why would he say don't tell anyone? If you're doing something great, sometimes I don't actually understand that part. The healing and then don't tell anyone. If you don't tell anyone, at least that's my opinion, if you don't tell anyone that you were healed by God, how are they to know that it was God who did something great? It's just something I often wondered. Thank you for joining me on my journey. May God bless you on your journey.